James, the game was a much-needed victory for the Jets. Short week, Thursday Night Football, whole world was watching. Y'all were watching, we were watching. James, how impressive was that Jets win?
Very, 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 very impressive.
Talk about it.
And the main reason why I say very, very, very impressive is because, just like Aaron said, mathematically you wasn't out of it, but you was out of it if you lost. And the reason why it was so impressive to me is because the dudes that we needed to step up, play calling or not, stepped up.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, we needed you to be special. You were not in the first half. Neither was the offense. In the second half, you came out there, you 15 for 18. You went to work. Not only that, Garrett Wilson, one-hand catch, that's a big-time player making a big-time play. You needed that. 4th and 1, the first time. You go to Devonte Adams. He makes the corner. He makes a play.
Yeah.
A dude you just traded for. Then on the 3rd and 3 for the touchdown. Got to have it. Last week you gave the ball back to the Patriots, settle for a field goal. They go down there and score a touchdown, win the game. You close the game out, you and Devonte Adams. And then they get the ball on defense. C.J. Stroud's driving the field. They possibly can score a touchdown, kick an onside kick. You know who sacks him?
Hassan Reddick,
the dude that's been out for 7 weeks. So the big-time players came up in the big-time moments and made the plays, and that's very impressive to me, and it should be encouraging to the Jets fan because you can build off of that.
Here's what I love to build off that point, and what was so impressive, TJ, viewers, Chase, was growth. Like, there's nothing more really enamoring or impressive in life than when you see growth, whether you see children go into adults, whether you see growth occupationally. I saw growth, Colvin, on that football field yesterday. Because if you go back to week 5, when the Jets were playing the Minnesota Vikings, you see a zero pressure. Yep. You see a blitz. You see a zero blitz. This play got Robert Saleh fired. I suggest that because the Jets go on to lose this game. Interception for a touchdown. Robert Saleh, he gets fired after this game. Okay, cut 2. Now you are going to see, weeks later, the exact same thing. Family, it is a copycat league. You are going to see a zero blitz. Yep. I would suggest that this play got Mike Williams benched. Because, again, a week later, after getting Robert Saleh fired with this play, now Mike Williams, he drops this pass. I would suggest, America, this play after getting Robert Saleh fired, the same exact play, it got Mike Williams benched. What do you think you saw yesterday? Guess what? You saw the exact same zero look. Everybody is up. Who's getting fired and who's getting benched this time? Because when you saw it once, you got fired. When you saw it another time, a player got benched. Well, now we see it, and wait, they got a solution?
We got answers.
We got answers?
Going, dog.
Wait, we got answers? So I saw growth. I saw growth from a macro perspective. I saw growth from a micro perspective. That is why I was impressed. A play that the Vikings ran in week 5 that got your head coach fired was the same play that the Bills ran in week 6 that got your quarterback demoted and made Devonte Adams get on a plane because Mike Williams got to go from the number 3 receiver to the number 4 receiver. We see the exact same play, and now we see growth. The Jets are growing as an organization. Where does the growth stop? That's the only question I have, Chase.
There we go. There we go. Get the hate out you.
I'm not hating about Aaron. You think they're growing?
1,000%.
Aaron Rodgers and the Jets in the first half last night, 0 points, 5 first downs. Don't do that. Dog. 5 first downs, and Aaron Rodgers had 14 yards passing. So, no, I'm not impressed with the win. I'm impressed with the second half. Okay. I'm impressed with the second half and what they were able to do offensively because this is what, when you have Aaron Rodgers and you trade for Aaron Rodgers and you trade for Devonte Adams and you go out and try to get on the same page as Garrett Wilson, right? They finally do it. But I can't be impressed, and I can't be impressed by one good half of play. Like, this is game 9, James. Where has this been the entire year? Like you're waiting till game 9. You're 3-6. Very little hope, in my opinion, for Jets fans. But don't get fooled by this game because this game was not about the Jets.
Don't get fooled by it?
Don't get fooled.
Consider me fooled, Chase.
This was not about the Jets being a good team. Because they're not a good team. This was way more about the Texans not being as good as we thought they were.
So goalposts over here now.
Without Diggs and Collins, their number 2 receiver, the first and second receiver, they weren't good. Okay? Stroud getting hit way too much. Stroud called the loss embarrassing. They got embarrassed by one of the greatest of all times. Like, I just think that people overrated the Texans. This, to me, does not look like a good win.
What's the best part of the Jets team?
Their defense.
So why are you surprised they made C.J. Stroud struggle?
But I'm just saying, in general, this is about the Texans not being as good as you think they are.
Here's what I saw, though, TJ. Viewers, here's what I saw.
Maybe the Jets ain't as bad as we think.
But hold on. Here's what I saw.
They're 3-6.
I saw The Jets make bonehead errors. I saw the Jets fumble the ball and give away a touchdown because of stupidity. I saw the Jets have two bonehead special teams
They tried to give it
that
away.
allowed the Texans to continue a drive, and the Jets still won convincingly. That's what I saw. What did you see?
I'm impressed. You look at what Malachi Corley drops. He pulls Deshaun Jackson.
Come on, dog.
Come on, man.
I thought those days were over. But you have to be impressed because their season was on the line.
Thank you.
And every coach, you win a game like that, I guarantee Jeff Ulbrich, what every coach says when they come into the locker room, man, it's a big win because it's hard to win games in the National Football League. That's why it's impressive. And yeah, the Texans, they got to figure out how can they protect CJ. I don't believe losing Diggs and Nico. The Texans are deeper. Tank Dell now can go back to what he was last year. People forget that John Mechie
is good.
Was a really good receiver at Bama. He gets diagnosed with cancer. Mechie can really play. If they give Mechie an opportunity, he can go to work. They just got to give him an opportunity.
And you got a good tight end.
The Jets played really good football last night. They played really good. If they can pressure the quarterback like that, 8 sacks. I believe they had 19 pressures.
20,
That's unheard of.
That's insane.
That's unheard of. This is the NFL.
Yeah.
20 pressures with 8 sacks. If they can get half of that each week, they're going to be just
Let's
fine.
have a real conversation then about the most important player on that football field yesterday, Aaron Rodgers. Like Aaron Rodgers, over the course of the season, he's been up, he has been down more than he's been up. The Jets lost 5 consecutive games. The Jets acquired Aaron Rodgers, and through Aaron Rodgers, offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, Devonte Adams gave up a 3rd-round pick for former receiver last year, Randall Cobb. The Jets have made every single possible condition met for Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers hasn't been doing enough. James, yesterday, particularly in the second half, he did a ton.
Yes.
You played with Aaron Rodgers. You won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Not many people on daily television can say that. You can. What do you have to say about his performance? Did he earn your trust back?
Well, as y'all know on this show, man, I've never lost trust in Aaron Rodgers. I'm the one up here bragging about him in the losses, bragging about him in the wins. No, I just was keeping it real yesterday of if they lost this game, they would have to think about sitting them and thinking about the future. But Aaron Rodgers, like I always say, is the greatest thrower of the football we've ever had in our game. Now, my dog do think he's still 4'5". He not. He 5'1".
40 times that is 40
You know what I'm
times.
saying? Because I seen him get outside the pocket. But what Aaron Rodgers is doing with his arm, Aaron Rodgers is a special thrower of the football. He still is making dudes better out there. Garrett Wilson, Devonte Adams, all those dudes out there better. It was very impressive because, like I said yesterday, he has to be the best player on the football field. He wasn't in the first half. It was terrible, and they was losing the football game. But in the second half, when you come out there and you go 15 for 18, you throw some touchdown passes, you go on a drive to finish the game out, throw a touchdown pass. That was vintage Aaron Rodgers from the pocket throwing the football, and it was impressive. But this is what you can get from Aaron Rodgers. So I've never lost trust in him because this don't surprise me. If this surprises anybody up here, y'all crazy. This don't surprise me. So I ain't never lost trust in Aaron Rodgers because I know Aaron Rodgers is a special thrower of the football. I said this don't surprise me.
It surprises everyone other than you at this desk, dog. One good half of football.
AJ, you got my graphic? Because the quarterback like graphics. We got graphics.
We got graphics. James Jones has requested we have no graphics, James.
No graphics,
AJ,
dog.
AJ, get it.
Look, I want to like Aaron. I promise.
No, you don't.
I promise. I promise. It's hard to when you're talking all this stuff in the media, right? But when you finally go out there, first half is awful. Probably the worst half he's ever had as a starter. 14 yards passing, 5 first downs. They couldn't do anything. And then to go out in the second half and you are 15 of 18, 180 yards and 3 touchdowns, like you got to give the guy praise for that.
Yeah.
Right? Like he played well. But to gain my trust back, you need way more than 15 completions and 3 touchdowns. Right? Like I don't necessarily think I would like distrust. I'm like right in the middle on him. Like some days he's good, some days he's bad. They beat a good team. Yes, I get that. The craziest thing about it, and I don't understand the defensive game plan by DeMeco Ryans. Like you know.
I'm letting you talk.
So you know what Aaron Rodgers does best in his career. It is get the ball out quickly. He's really good at the line of scrimmage. You pressure him, he'll make you pay. He was blitzed on a season high 53% of his dropbacks, and he was 10 of 16, 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. Why are you blitzing Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers that cannot run, running 5-1? Like, don't do that to him. I'm just saying, sit back in zone, pressure with your 4. A couple of these man-to-man cover, you're asking to get beat. You have Devonte Adams and Garrett Wilson. Like, make no mistake about it, those one of the best 2 duos in the league. Like, you got to get them going. But and they finally get on the same page together with Garrett Wilson.
Really quick, but that's why Acho showed what he showed, because we all know the NFL's a copycat league. So if they see Aaron Rodgers getting got by pressures from the Vikings, you know what I'm saying? It's a copy. You're going to do that. That's why before they played the Vikings, we said if Aaron Rodgers can outplay the defensive Brian Flores, they're going to win this game. Brian Flores he got him a couple times. So D'Amico came out there and said they've been struggling with this. We're going to do this, and Aaron had answers like he always has answers.
You know what's crazy is Aaron hasn't usually had answers. I think yesterday he finally checked the back of the book. He didn't realize, oh, wait a second, the answers are in the back of the book, and he finally had the answers. Devonte Adams is what was a differentiating factor in that game. Like, Chase, you say that they have the best receiving duo, or one of, obviously. One of the best receiving duos in football. They hadn't played like it. Mind you, they only played like 2 games together. But they hadn't played like it. Yesterday, TJ, I see 90 yards from Devonte Adams, 91 yards from Garrett Wilson, 2 touchdowns from Wilson, 1 touchdown from Adams. And truth be told, without Adams, those 4th down passes and 3rd down passes are incompletions. What I didn't show y'all earlier, I don't have it, maybe I'll get it later, to show y'all is the first 3rd down of the game, I think it was 3rd and 9, they zero pressure. They throw a fade ball to Mike Williams, if y'all recall. Mike Williams dives and he just misses it. So the 3rd down of the game, the Texans do the same thing, 0 pressure. This time, Aaron Rodgers hits Garrett Wilson. So I saw the Jets and Rodgers kind of earn a little bit of my trust, TJ, but you played receiver, you know quarterbacks. Did he earn your trust back?
Step in the right direction. It's a step in the right direction. And the receivers, they just made really good plays. Are they going to make uncommon plays? That's what our coach thought. Anybody can make the common play. Our best players need to make the uncommon play.
No doubt.
That's good.
Garrett Wilson made an uncommon play. Devonte Adams beat a safety on 3rd and 3. But when you showed the cover 0 look, I was looking at it. I'm not sure that's cover 0. I think that's cover 2 invert.
Yeah. It was.
And so, but they had showed 0 so much that they were trying to confuse Aaron Rodgers, and Garrett Wilson made another uncommon play. Great body control, dives back and catches the ball. They may have fooled him, but Garrett Wilson made an uncommon play.
They were running double snap.
And so when you look at it, it's a step in the right direction. Devonte Adams and Garrett Wilson going to have to continue to make these type of plays. And I'll fully trust him then, but it's a step in the right direction, because there's certain moments where it's like, if they don't make these plays, are we having a different conversation?
Yes.
1,000%.
The season's a wrap.
But the thing for me is you acquire uncommon players to make uncommon plays.
There you go.
Garrett Wilson at Ohio State in the National Football League, uncommon player. Devonte Adams walking into the Hall of Fame, uncommon player. Aaron Rodgers, uncommon player. Hassan Reddick, uncommon player. So the Jets' season hinges upon uncommon plays, but their roster is built by uncommon players. We just haven't seen those players make the plays.
But not only that, like, superstar players, you're supposed to make some of them superstar plays.
What it is.
But you win the games off the regular plays, too. Devonte Adams was mixing them boys off the line of scrimmage, making some simple plays, too. And Aaron was making some simple throws. It was sometimes a couple of checks to Aaron's like, boom, hey, we throwing the ball right out to the flat. Devonte, you block. Garrett Wilson, here go 10 yards.
But here's my question. Isn't Devonte making the supernatural look natural? Because he's mixing receivers off the line. It's simple for him. But I bet there's probably 8 receivers in the league that could have mixed up faster and whatnot.
Devonte Adams is the best receiver of this generation. And so what he does is common for him, but it's uncommon for others. Like, he's that good. Like, guys are watching Devonte Adams, studying his releases. Oh, what do you do? They rewind, slow-mo. They study him. And so I'm not putting the safety on Devonte Adams 3rd and 3. I'm not doing that. And if I do, I expect to happen what happened.
The only thing is, though, is we saying that and we saying, D'Amico, you should have put a corner. Did you see what he did to the corner on 4th and 1?
Hey, I'm taking my chances. I'm taking my
what I just said.
chances.
So we can't just say, man, safety. I mean, hey, he in the slot.
Yeah.
You running man to man. Go get him. Unless you want to put the safety outside on Mike Williams or Garrett Wilson, and then where the ball goes.
I would prefer that, but I mean, when you run a slot fade, you just have so much.
Yeah, you got a lot of room.
It's hard.
The reason that, I was talking about the game plan for DeMeco Ryans is because, and you can agree on this because you play with Aaron Rodgers, it's a very simple offense. They don't do a lot of stuff, pre-snap shifts, motions, formations. There's a 3-by-1 formation, there's a 2-by-2 formation, and then they shrink it down to a trips bunch. That's it. They rarely do under center play action because Aaron Rodgers hates it. So when you have a simple, and I would suggest DeMeco Ryans' plan last night was simple. You're lining up in press man. Aaron Rodgers can get to the check and can beat you. You're lining up in 0-0 is simple. You just have to have a plan for it, which Aaron Rodgers has seen. You're not showing him all this crazy stuff. If I'm playing Aaron Rodgers, I'm rolling on the snap late. I'm not lining up if I'm lining up a man, I'm playing cover 2. Like when you line up in a simple defense versus simple offense, because that's what the Jets is. That's the reason that they were 2-6 before last night, because they had a simple offense. They didn't get better. It's the offense that they were running when James Jones was catching passes from them.
And we won a lot of games in the Super Bowl.
The game has passed them up. Why do you think they were 2-6?
But what I'm saying is,
maybe not then. It was simple.
Hold on real quick, because you stood up here with your funny graphics. And
I got no graphic. Did I have a graphic?
Hold on. You stood up here with your funny graphics and all that. Maybe after they lost to the Patriots. And you had a big old thing. You were scrolling like this on your little tablet. And you said the Jets can easily be 5 and whatever. They missed field goal kicks. They did. You said all that. So hold on. So they can have a good record, right? So it ain't just all on Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is so detailed. And he don't like a lot of these motions and all that because you know why? He's seen it all and he has answers for everything. So even that slant that you said, Garrett, I promise you till this day, Aaron Rodgers say, hey, man, if they get to this and they slide to that, hey, man, ball going to be back shoulder.
If he throws that out in front, the guy buzzing the flat.
It's picked.
Yeah.
You understand? So what I'm saying is he has answers to every single thing. So for him, for Brock Purdy, you might need a lot of motions. For Bryce Young, for him, he has answers to everything. Is it going to work all the time? No, Chase, you know that. You played the quarterback spot. But he has answers to everything, and he knows where he wants to put the football. And that's what he did last night. And it was very, very, very impressive. And I wish they had my graphics.
They just so happy you love the show with this.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.